Let's go Miguel Deval, killing it with viewer submissions. I love his question.
You want a job?
Will cost your dignity.
Oh,
Pride and dignity.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, he's already a Bills fan. How much could be left? Anyway. Do the Bills make any moves before the trade deadlines? I think that's a fair question. I think there's some moves that can be made. Like you saw the Bills make the move for Kelvin Benjamin, but you have to keep in scope what that move was. That move wasn't a move for that season necessarily, right?
Nope.
It wasn't a move to make your team better immediately. That was a move to make your team better the following season. I really think they thought by getting KB, they'd have him on his 5th-year option, and then they were going to have him for another season. They could sign him to an extension after that. I think he's shown that you're not signing him to an extension. But you gave yourself 2 years to figure that out, right? So if the Bills do make any moves, it will be contract controllable players. Like, you're not going to see them make a move. I know it got mentioned on the broadcast, Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell doesn't make sense for them.
Because you don't know if you're going to have him for the next year.
Right, yeah.
So in that aspect, if you want to talk about, like, as far as a hockey signing, you know, they sign a guy to try to make a run. Yeah. And then they don't know if he's going to be signed with them next year. You know, that's I think you'll have guys that are already on contracts that'll have, you think, 2 years left? Yeah. You're going to look at guys who have, if you see any trades, you're going to see what I like to call trash swaps, right? Which is how we got Jerry Hughes, was a trash swap. You had Jerry Hughes for Kelvin Shepard. It was just straight, who won that deal, right? But it was just a straight player-for-player deal, and that's what it was. I think that's, if you're going to see any deals, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be relocation. That's how Seattle got Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin was a waste in San Francisco, and he got swapped out, and it was a change of scenery, and that's what it was. So if you see any deals, it might be an of-name player who just isn't performing. And honestly, I would expect it to be on the offensive line. Over the past 3 seasons, this past season there were 7 new head coaches. I think before that there were 7 once again. I'm not sure. I'll have to check the numbers on that. But that's half. It's close to half of the league. Yeah. Who's ready to let go of players?
Well, exactly. There's so many opportunities. You know these coaches like to cycle guys. They want to get guys on the roster that they pick, right?
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is they already have a majority of the players on the teams. At least you like to think if other teams are doing what the Bills are doing as far as cycling guys out, how many are left on the Bills? Like 10, 5, 8?
Right.
You know what I mean? So if they already cycled out their guys and they have their guys developing, that doesn't seem like a likely trade partner that they'll have.
Well, I think the difference here is the Bills cycled so many guys out because they had a change in head coach and GM. So I think the change on the Bills roster was a bit more aggressive than a standard head coaching change. No, there's plenty of examples where head coaches have had a lot of influence on the roster and they've cycled a lot of players off, but the Bills haven't. The Bills changed general managers, so
why are you yelling at me? I said you were right.
I know. I'm just making sure you know how right I am.
Hey, I'm married. I'm already notified how right I'm or how wrong I am all the time.
So thank you, Miguel Deval. Again, if the Bills do make a deal, I'm not going to name any names at this point. I would still love to see them sign guys off practice squads. That's, to me, the answer when you're looking at not expensive moves and kind of test driving a couple players out. I think that's what you do. I don't know if they do it right now because I don't think they don't have a great look into the future as what they want their offense to look like at this point. But it's something I would like to see them do. If they do acquire players, it's gonna be a player for player swap, likely with a multi-year deal still in place.
Yeah, it'd probably be a guy, like you said, needs a new change of scenery, but it's going to be a guy who they feel they probably can't get in A, free agency, or B, in the draft. Yeah. So, guy that's got 2 years left on his contract, who probably defensive player.
You think defense? See,
because I think they want to put all their eggs in the offensive basket, both in free agency and in the draft.
See, and that's why I would almost think that would be an offensive player, was to try and get ahead of the talent development that it takes to develop a wide receiver or an O-line.
But like you said, if you bring in a veteran wideout, wouldn't he already be developed?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, is that you could do these trades now with these players who still have multi-year deals and still have the opportunity to leverage that against future years.
Yeah, but why have them learn Dable's system? He's not going to be here next year.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty... He might not even make it by the time this episode airs.